Well, good morning, and welcome to Mission Viejo's Memorial Day ceremony. I'm Mayor Bob Reish, and I thank you for joining us today as we honor the brave men and women who gave the ultimate sacrifice for our country. Joining me today in this ceremony are my council colleagues, Mayor Pro Tem Wendy Bucknam. It's early. Councilmember Brian Goodell, Councilmember Trish Kelly, Councilmember Cynthia Vasquez, and we'll also be joined by Councilwoman Young Kim. And would you like to say a few words, please?
Congresswoman. I got your back.
It's late. Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. That's okay. It's such an honor to be here this morning with the residents of City of Mission Viejo. And I want to thank you for coming to show your support on this Memorial Day to remember our fallen heroes. I remember one of your fallen heroes is right here, Megan McClung. As you know, I introduced the bill in order to honor her legacy and for what she's done. And it takes act of Congress because you need to have the entire state delegation where we're from. We have 52 of us, so it wasn't easy to get all 52 members of Congress from California to support that. But once we did it, then we sent it to the House and the Senate, and then we got that signed into law. So we're waiting to have an official ceremony to designate a post office in her honor. Yeah. I want to thank the Megan McClung family and City of Mission Viejo for working with me and my team to make that happen. But today, I want to thank the city and all of you for hosting this event and providing us with a space to reflect on the ultimate sacrifice that these men and women have made to keep us safe and, more importantly, to protect democracy. We also cannot forget the sacrifices of our Gold Star families, their spouses, their children, and the loved ones of those who lost their lives in combat. And today we honor them, and we want them to know that our hearts are with them always. On a day like this, I always think of the quote, and you'll see this at the National Arlington Cemetery. Our nation honors her sons and daughters who answered the call to defend the country they never knew, to protect people they never met, because it is what they do. Thank you for this privilege, for allowing me to say a few words and to participate in this very, very meaningful celebration. Thank you.
Today, I'd also like to acknowledge Kimberly Carr, representing State Senator Catherine Blakespear, and Saga Conroy, representing County Supervisor Don Wagner. Thank you for all being with us. Every year on this day, we pay reverence to those who made the ultimate sacrifice to our country. That was their supreme choice. While the nature of war has changed over time, the values that drive our brave men and women in uniform remain constant: honor, courage, and selflessness. Those who value live in the hearts of everyday heroes and risked everything for us in every war, men and women who now rest forever all over this world. As part of this effort to recognize those who made the ultimate sacrifice, our city takes pride in displaying the American Hero Tribute banners. These banners honor the fallen soldiers who gave their lives in the service of our country. I encourage everyone to spend a few moments visiting these banners displayed after the ceremony. This year, we begin our memorial ceremony honoring a Mission Viejo fallen hero, Sergeant John C. Barcelona. I would like to share a little bit of background about John. As a young boy, John lived in Barcelona Hills area of Mission Viejo and played YMCA soccer at Barcelona Park. After graduating high school in 2013, John enlisted in the United States Army and served in the 1st Armored Division at Fort Bliss in El Paso, where he was trained as an armored tank crewman. John's unit was deployed twice, once in 2014 to North Africa and again to Kuwait in 2016. He was an excellent soldier and was soon promoted first to specialist, then corporal, and finally to sergeant. John passed away in a tragic accident on July the 10th, 2017. American Hero Tribute Banners has prepared a banner in honor of Sergeant John C. Barcelona. And I'd like you to, which you see behind me, actually it's right there. On behalf of the city, it's my honor to present a commemorative banner to Gold Star Mother John, Lisa Moncler. Ms. Moncler, would you please join us here up front for a presentation? Councilmember Goodell. It's a morning. So first, if I may, I'd like to ask from Chaplain R.C. Rice for the invocation.
Let us pray. Eternal Father, together we gather in your presence to remember, to reflect on, and to honor those who have sacrificed everything so we can remain free. Embodying the spirit of America, they came from all over, from farms and cities, mountains and beaches, from the north and the south and the east and the west, and even cities like Mission Viejo. They came from different faiths and different backgrounds because they heard your call to join as one. With courage, they faced the enemy at home and on foreign beaches, in tropical jungles, in the depths of the ocean, and the heights of arid desert. The love of country and neighbor in their hearts, they sacrificed their freedom, their lives, and their futures in order to ensure the defense of our liberty, the security of our country, and the establishment of peace. Today, in this place, surrounded by the memories of local heroes, let us take up the banner of liberty with gratitude in our hearts, knowing we will never be able to repay the debt we owe. Let us honor their sacrifice by recommitting ourselves to the cause of liberty and freedom for all. In your name we pray. Amen.
Now the presentation of the colors, please. If you please rise, if you are able, and welcome U.S. Marine Color Guard Headquarters Battalion, 1st Division at Camp Pendleton, followed by bagpiper Ralph Bates. Please remain standing for the national anthem sung by Chad Berlarani, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
I guess we don't have a bagpiper. If you'll please remain standing and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance to our wonderful country. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. It's all yours. You have no idea.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor to introduce you to the commanding officer of our city's adopted headquarters battalion, 1st Marine Division from Camp Pendleton, Colonel Charles Clay Riedinger. Hard G. Clay was born in High Point, North Carolina. He attended the University of Virginia and was commissioned as a second lieutenant in 1998. Upon completion of the basic officer course and infantry officer course, Clay served in the 1st Battalion, 7th Marines as a platoon commander, executive officer, and assisting operations officer from 1999 to 2002. He also served as a staff platoon commander at the basic officer course and as an instructor at infantry officer course from 2002 to 2005. After graduating from Expeditionary Warfare School, Clay commanded Golf Company, 2nd Battalion, 5th Marines, and served as the operations officer for Battalion Landing Team from 2006 to 2009. He attended the Naval Postgraduate School and Defense Language Institute from 2009 to 2011 before deploying to Afghanistan in 2012. Upon redeployment, Clay served as the executive officer for 3rd Battalion, 1st Marines, and as the operations officer for 1st Marine Regiment from 2013 to 2015. He served as the instructor for 2nd Battalion, 23rd Marines from 2015 to 2017. Clay attended the Advanced Strategic Leadership Studies program and served as a seminar leader for the Advanced Military Studies program. While at the School of Advanced Military Studies in Fort Leavenworth from 2017 to 2019. Following top-level school, Clay next served as a strategic planner and division chief for the Joint Special Operations Command in Fort Liberty from 2019 to 2021. Clay served as the chief of staff for the 3rd Marine Expeditionary Brigade in Okinawa, Japan from 2001 until recently returning home to the Blue Diamond. He's married to Teddy, and they have 3 beautiful children, Bill, Lane, and Charlie. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Colonel Charles Clay Reedinger, commanding officer of our city's adopted headquarters battalion, 1st Marine Division from Camp Pendleton.
Good morning, and thank you so much for letting me participate with your great city and community again today. Congresswoman Kim, Mayor Reish, thank you for your continued service for this great city and your district, ma'am. Additionally, thank you to City Council members, Mrs. Kelly, Mr. Goodell, and Ms. Vasquez, and Mayor Pro Tem Wendy Bucknam. Can we please get a round of applause for my chaplain, Commander Price, and the Marines of the Color Guard, as well as Mr. Bates and Mr. Bellingary. I must also thank Gail Wood, Jack Kelly, Ms. Carroll for the continued support from the Mission Viejo Marines and Sailors Adoption Committee. They've been with our battalion since 2006, and it's unbelievable what they do for the Marines and Sailors of the battalion. Finally, Ms. Morrison, it's an honor to share the stage with you today and your continued community to not only the country before, but now your community. So Sergeant Major Palmer and I just drove down from LA, where San Pedro is celebrating LA Fleet Week. And it's been very humbling to experience that community, but they do it for about 6 days. Ms. Gail Wood gives us 365 days of support. And this example from your community, not only at Lake Day, Veterans Day, is just amazing for what you do to honor the folks that are on the walls around me right here. Special thanks, I know they're not here today, but the Hogan family back as I'm looking at it left, they continue to come to so many events at the Blue Diamond to honor their son and his sacrifice. So on these occasions, I like to start with a little history. So if you don't know, many in this audience do, Memorial Day was actually called Decoration Day until 1971. A congressional act changed it to Memorial Day. Unlike Veterans Day, which started after Armistice Day, so just after the Great War, Decoration Day began following the Civil War, so it's much older. So on May 30th, 1868, 5,000 people gathered at Arlington National Cemetery to commemorate the first Decoration Day. An Ohio congressman who served as a major general in the Civil War, his name was James A. Garfield, addressed the crowd thus, and this is appropriate, although we're not at a cemetery, there are folks we're remembering around us, so just please listen to these words. I am oppressed with a sense of the impropriety of uttering words on this occasion. If silence is ever golden, it must be here beside these graves of 15,000 men back then, whose lives were more significant than speech, and whose death was a poem, the music of which can never be sung. With words we make promises. With words we plight faith. With words we praise virtue. Promises may not be kept. Plighted faith may be broken. And vaunted virtue may only be the cunning mask. We do not know one promise these men made in Arlington back in the 1860s. However, we do know that they summed up and perfected, by one supreme act, the highest virtues of men and citizens. For love of country, they accepted death and thus resolved all doubts and made immortal their patriotism and virtue. For the noblest man that lives, there still remains a conflict for all of us. We must still withstand the assaults of time and fortune. We must still be assailed with temptations, before which lofty virtues have often fallen. But with these, the conflict ended. These around us, the conflict is done. The victory was won when death stamped on them the great seal of heroic character and closed a record which years can never blot. So I have the same sense of impropriety that James Garfield felt because I am able to be here in the flesh, and so many others are not. And so those around us are forever heroes, while the rest of us still struggle with all the temptations that James Garfield discussed. Today, we honor Memorial Day as the unofficial beginning of summer. It's always on the last Monday in May. And since September 11th, many of those around us, we've added over 7,000 members to the roster of those decorated in graves around the country. Sadly, another 30,000 have chosen to take their own life for a variety of desperate and often misguided reasons over the last 2 decades as a result of that conflict, those conflicts, really. They are remembered today, but they are not decorated. Today is in honor of those who died fighting for their country and the Gold Star families who carry on. I truly mourn for the parents, spouses, families, and most of all, the children, those who lost their loved one on the battlefield. And I also have profound gratitude for those with the endurance and resilience to thrive and take pride in such service after a loss. And for the few who harness that grief and orient their loss on giving back to their community and veterans, I have the absolute deepest admiration and appreciation because, as Garfield said, they are withstanding the assaults of time and fortune. They are fighting the temptation of self-pity and being the victim of chance, and they continue to struggle and persevere. In conclusion, if this morning you were in a cemetery before you came here, doubtful for many of us, but you may be at a cemetery later today, or you just may read the signs around you. Please take heart that the sacrifice you're remembering or memorializing helped allow the freedoms we enjoy on a daily basis and probably the barbecues you'll have later. Additionally, I ask you to educate our youth on what Memorial Day is all about so that the next generation stands ready to serve if required. I pray our next conflict doesn't produce as many headstones, and it is all our duty to pray and work toward a society guided by prudent choices. I will end with a poem by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow entitled Decoration Day. Sleep, comrades, sleep and rest on this field of the grounded arms, where foes no more molest, nor sentries shot alarms. Ye have slept on the ground before, and started to your feet at the cannon's sudden roar, or the drum's redoubling beat. But in this camp of death, no sound your slumber breaks. Here is no fevered breath, no wound that bleeds and aches. All is repose and peace. Untrampled lies the sod. The shouts of battle cease. It is the truce of God. Rest, comrades, rest and sleep. The thoughts of men shall be as sentinels to keep your rest from danger free. Your silent tents of green we deck with fragrant flowers. Yours has the suffering been. The memory shall be ours. So please read all the signs around you today for those that life ended way too soon, and trust that they are at least free from the conflict that we all fight every day to be better people and better citizens. May God bless the United States of America today, and thank you for the time.
Inside your programs this morning, you will find an insert with the words, "To America, the Beautiful." Please sing with me. Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber ways of grain, for purple mountain majesties above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed his grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. Oh, beautiful for heroes proved in liberty and strife, who more than self their country loved, and mercy more than life. America, America, God grant his grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea
Thank you, Chad. That was beautiful. Thanks for having us sing along. And thank you, Colonel Redinger, for your service and for sharing this day with Mission Viejo. Our guest speaker today is Catherine Morrison, who many of us know. She is a Mission Viejo resident. She's United States Army retired. Now, here's a few things that I didn't even know. Catherine's professional journey began in the U.S. Army, where she served from 2001 to 2010 as a chemical, biological, radiological, and nuclear, that's CBRN, specialist. She trained soldiers in decontamination operations, obscuration techniques, if I said that incorrectly, it's a technical term, and CBRN, sensitive site exploitation. She became highly skilled in the operation and maintenance of CBRN defense equipment, safeguarding military personnel and civilians. So with all that training, after her military service, Catherine established 38 Alpha, focusing on advocacy, community engagement, and strategic planning. She collaborates with city officials all over Orange County and the region, community leaders, organizations including the Association of California Cities, Orange County Council of Governments, Leadership Alliance Orange County, and the Orange County Business Council. She was recently appointed to the county's Veterans Advisory Council by Supervisor Wagner. Catherine lives in Mission Viejo with her husband and 4 children and 2 German Shepherds. The German Shepherds are not here. And hello to Catherine's family over there. Wave. We appreciate you showing up. That's wonderful for your mom. So please welcome my friend, and many of our friends, Catherine Morrison.
Good morning. Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem Bucknam, for that warm introduction and for your ongoing leadership and encouragement. It's an honor to be with you all today, not only as a proud U.S. Army veteran and military spouse, but as a daughter, granddaughter, and sister in a family deeply rooted in service. I want to begin by thanking Leslie McDonald and Bobby McDonald for bringing me here today as your guest speaker. I also want to acknowledge Congresswoman Young Kim, Mayor Reish, and Council Members Kelly, Goodell, and Vasquez. Thank you all for your unwavering commitment to our veteran community. I'm also deeply honored to continue serving in the veteran community in another way, as a member of the Orange County Veterans Advisory Council, appointed last year by Board Supervisor John Wagner. It's a responsibility I hold close to my heart. And I am blessed to reside in the beautiful city of Mission Viejo. It is truly a dream every time I drive La Paz, surrounded by a community that values service, peace, and pride. My father served in the Greek Air Force. My grandfather, my mother's father, served in the United States Army. Today, my brother continues that legacy as an airborne soldier in the United States Army's 194th Cavalry Regiment. And I answered the call at 17, stepping into the boots of those who came before me, ultimately serving 9 years in the U.S. Army as a nuclear biochemical specialist with a secondary MOS as a paralegal in a civil affairs brigade. When I enlisted, I entered a world where women were often underrepresented and underestimated. I trained soldiers to survive chemical and radiological attacks, maintain critical protective equipment, and collaborated with the Air Force, loading 5-ton trucks into C-17s and flying maneuvers side by side with airmen. I also served rear detachment, preparing last wills and testaments for deploying soldiers, some of whom would never return. I was 5 months pregnant in a foxhole, conducting live fire training, because perseverance isn't a word, it's a way of life. Back then, the military wasn't equipped to support women starting families, but I pressed on, not just for myself, but to blaze a trail for others. As a military spouse, I discovered another kind of strength, the silent endurance that holds families together through deployments and fear. During my husband's final deployment to Iraq, on the second to last day, a rocket struck just 50 feet from his CHU, his containerized housing unit. I sat in silence, gripped by fear, wondering, was he hit? Was he alive? That kind of waiting, only a military spouse understands it. And by God's grace, his unit came home. Spouses, I feel you, I hear you, and I have deep, unshakable respect for you. And I want to take a moment to thank my husband and my children, my pillars in life. Their love, patience, and unwavering support have carried me through the hardest moments. Behind every uniform is a family that serves too, and I wouldn't be standing here without them. But today is not about me. It's about them, the ones who never came home, the ones who gave their lives for our country. They were sons, daughters, parents, and friends. They were the very best of us. Let us take a moment, just a quiet breath, to remember a name, a face, a story that didn't come home. The silence is for them. Memorial Day is more than a long weekend. It's a sacred pause. As President Abraham Lincoln reminded us at Gettysburg, we must ensure that these dead shall not have died in vain. It is a moment to reflect, to remember, and to recommit ourselves to the values they lived and died for: duty, selfless service, honor, and courage. Here in Orange County, we are surrounded by reminders of that sacrifice. Heroes Hall at the OC Fairgrounds, the Lion Air Museum, the Korean War Memorial in Brea, parks named after American patriots, and soon the Southern California Veterans Cemetery in Gypsum Canyon, a lasting tribute built by a powerful coalition including every city in Orange County, more than 150 veteran organizations, Gold Star mothers, first responders, the Board of Supervisors, the entire OC congressional delegation, and countless community allies. This memorial will stand as a solemn testament to our fallen heroes, a sacred place of remembrance for generations to come. Right here in Mission Viejo, our mayor, council members, and neighbors, teachers, doctors, small business owners carry forward their legacy daily, living lives of compassion, service, and community. To every young woman listening, if you seek purpose, adventure, and the chance to be a part of something greater than yourself, consider serving. The military needs your leadership. If you're attending college, consider joining an ROTC program and pursuing a commission as an officer. There are so many paths: becoming an LVN and using your GI Bill to become an RN, serving in military police, and transitioning to civilian law enforcement. We need more women officers, more women in military intelligence. Every branch teaches something the civilian world can't, and your perspective makes us stronger. I, for one, can't wait to see the incredible impact you'll make. Let us honor our fallen, not just with words, but with lives worthy of their sacrifice. Let us be brave, let us be kind, let us persevere. And as we leave here today, I challenge each of you: volunteer at a veterans organization, support a military family, teach your children the meaning of sacrifice. and live a life of service however you can, because that is how we truly say thank you. And God bless America.
Thank you, Catherine Morrison. What an inspirational comment that you gave to us. You are truly a hometown hero and a friend. And we do thank you for your service and for your words. Colonel Redinger, Chaplain Price, thank you, thank you. Today we honor those who have fallen in service to their country. As our song said today, they loved country more than self. We honor you. We honor the families of those who have fallen. We also would like to recognize and honor our active duty military men and women, as well as our veterans. So I will now ask, if you are currently serving in active duty, please stand and remain standing. Thank you. Thank you. And now I ask all veterans to please stand. We have many here in Mission Viejo. Wow. Thank you for your service. Thank you. Thank you. Again, we are so grateful for those who serve, who have served, and those who have paid the price of freedom. We will always remember. We remember our families, and we mourn with you. We honor those who fell in service to their country. Now we are going to be blessed again by Chad Berlin-Gary, who will sing God Bless the USA.
Lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause these flags still stand for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I'll gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. For there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston and New York to LA, where there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say I know I'm free, and I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I'll gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless Morning.
Let's see. All right. Thank you, Chad, for that moving song. Our ceremony will conclude with a 3-volley rifle salute performed by select members of VFW Post 6024 and TAPST, performed by Deputy Mike Duran of the Orange County Sheriff's Department. For those with sensitive hearing, please cover ears during the rifle salute.